Hey, how are you? Ty Cohen here, and I want to show you how myself and other people just like you are making a great deal of income by simply publishing ebooks to Amazon's Kindle. Now, if you think that you've heard about all of the new, clever, and unheard of methods to publishing ebooks to Amazon's Kindle, think again. I've been at this for 3 years now, and as a result of having a huge appetite for testing what works and what doesn't, I've been able to come up with a system that I can guarantee you'll get a lot of value out of. And what I'm about to show you will blow your socks off. This video is not about me. It's all about helping you get to the next level. But if you're not familiar with who I am, over the last decade I've ran multiple businesses. And I've taught well over 100,000 people how to create their own business and market their products and services online. I've partnered or worked with some of the biggest names in the internet marketing, book publishing, and personal development industries, including people like Mike Filsaime, Trey Smith, Rich Schefren, Sonia Riccati, Russell Brunson, Sean Casey, Margaret Lynch, Telman Knudsen, Joe Peterson, John Reese, John Kramer, and over 500 others. I've also spoken at internet marketing seminars, conferences, and events around the globe. Now, I don't say this to impress you, and truthfully, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't always so successful. In fact, when I first got started, I was probably where you are now. By that I mean not knowing who to trust or desperately trying to figure out which make money products and opportunities would actually work for me, because I was losing at everything. And that's a frustrating place to be. I mean, think about it. How many products have you purchased that are just crap and teach you little more than you already knew? I know firsthand because it seems like I've tried every business opportunity and make money product on the face of the earth, and probably like you, I've lost a lot of time and money doing so. I've had my family and friends laugh at me and tell me to give it up, but despite all of this, I kept going. And as hard as it was initially, I learned to live by the phrase that I'm often quoted as saying now, which is to never let someone who gave up on their dreams talk you out of yours. And I'm betting that, like me, your dream is to make it online and to find an easy-to-follow business model that actually works and will allow you to have the freedom, lifestyle, and money that you and your family deserve. Now, as I mentioned just a few moments ago, I've tried almost every business opportunity and make money product on the face of the earth. And trust me, nothing has been easier and faster to ramp up than publishing ebooks to Amazon's Kindle. I've published information products for over 12 years. I've sold well over 100,000 physical and digital ebooks combined, and actually first started publishing ebooks for Amazon's Kindle just over 3 years ago. So I know what works and what doesn't. And in this video, I'm going to give you a 3-step fast-track system that makes selling content on Amazon's Kindle easy. In fact, very easy. So easy that my 14-year-old daughter does it, and she makes more money than most adults do working full-time. What's even better is the methods that I'm going to give you here will work whether you are a writer or not. As a matter of fact, I'll share a secret with you. I don't write any of the ebooks that I sell on Kindle. Nope, not one. I started out writing the first couple of titles that I published, and after I saw how easy it was, I adapted to a new method of having content created without me getting involved in the creation process. I'll show you how that's done in just a few moments. So, you can do this, even if you're not a writer. I'll show you how, and if you are a writer, you have an added advantage. Now, before we get started, I want to remind you to stick with me here, because I'm going to give you a handful of free tips that you can use to immediately start selling your own content on Amazon's Kindle. Or, if you're already selling Kindle ebooks, I'm going to show you how I use a couple of cool tactics to really boost your sales and bring in some nice paychecks. And speaking of paychecks, let's take a quick look at how I initially progressed when I first started selling my ebooks. Now, month 1 I made $174, right? Not a lot of money to brag about. Month 2, it was a little bit more. I made $545 and a light bulb went off. Month 3, I made $2,297.30. And this was after testing and tracking some of the things that I'll be sharing with you here. Now, month 4 I made $2,873.13, and I haven't looked back since. Now, keep in mind that to get to these paydays, I had to upload my ebooks just once. That's right. But as you can see here, the payments come in monthly. Now, let's fast forward 3 years later, and I'm still at it, and I make enough money to buy a brand new BMW X3, or a brand new Volvo C70 convertible, or a brand new Mercedes-Benz C-Class C250 Sport every single month if I wanted to. I'm talking no payment, no financing or leasing, straight cash. Now, if you get to this level, I don't recommend you buy a new car every month. And I don't say this to impress you, but rather to show you the sheer power of selling ebooks on Amazon's Kindle. Especially with the massive global reach that Amazon gives you. I mean, no matter where you live, no matter what country you're watching this video from, you literally have the ability to make your content available to millions of people around the globe. Not just in your city or country, but across the planet. All leveraging incredible credibility of Amazon's multi-billion-dollar brand. There are massive amounts of regular folks just like you and I that are doing it every single day. And they are all using the incredible platform that Amazon gives you. Now, here are a few examples of people that are making even more money than I am. And like me, they're all doing it from home, no big office, no fancy staff, no super smart Einstein-like brain power. My 14-year-old does it, and she's only in the 9th grade. So take a look. First we have a gentleman by the name of J.A. Conrath. Now, J.A. publishes his content to Kindle on his own, and he pulls in a cool $140,000 a month doing so. Yes, I said $140,000 a month. Like, he can literally go in and buy a new house every month if he wanted to. Most people would be tickled to death to make that much in a year, let alone in a month from selling 99 cents and $2.99 ebooks. Next up is a 20-something-year-old girl by the name of Amanda Hocking from the very small town of Austin, Minnesota, which by her own admission is best known for being the birthplace of spam, as in the food, not the email kind. But what's fascinating about Amanda is, on her own, she has sold millions of copies of her ebooks using Amazon's Kindle publishing platform and has made millions of dollars in the process. Did you hear that? She's made millions. And she is, by her own admission, not a professional writer, has sold millions of her ebooks, and has made millions of dollars in the process. And I repeat, she's only in her 20s. And is using what Amazon has made available to all of us to live out the life of her dreams. Lastly, we have John Locke, a 60-year-old gentleman who, like myself and the two individuals that I mentioned just a few moments ago, is making a killing publishing his ebooks for Amazon's Kindle. He has sold well over 1 million ebooks. As a matter of fact, 1,100,000 ebooks to be exact. And he did it in just 5 months. All by word of mouth on Amazon. According to his website, every 7 seconds, 24 hours a day, a John Locke novel is downloaded somewhere on the planet. Cool stuff, right? John is in his 60s, so like Amanda, who is in her 20s, there's no age limit to this. Anyone can do it. Along with myself, these 3 people are just a few examples of some of the guys that are really doing well with this. Plus, keep in mind that there are people who are literally making enough money publishing their ebooks with Amazon to pay their bills, pay their mortgage, car payments, take exotic vacations, pay for their kids' college tuition, get out of debt, save a nest egg, and almost any and everything else you can think of. And it's possible for anyone. And in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you step by step how it's all done. And I also want to let you in on something that I think is pretty cool. I want you to pay attention to all of the tips and information that I share with you in this video. Because at the end, I'm going to give you a chance to win one of the newest versions of Amazon's Kindle Fire. Yes, the new one with all of the bells and whistles, including the 32 gigabytes, the HD display, exclusive Dolby audio, super fast Wi-Fi, and ultra-fast 4G LTE wireless. And right now it retails for $500 on your site. Take a look. It's pretty sweet. My wife and I have two of them, and these things are awesome. Not only can you read Kindle ebooks with this device, but you can also check your email, watch movies, play games, visit social networking sites like Facebook, and more. So take notes and stay tuned for a chance to win a brand new one, and I'll even have my staff mail it right to your house or office. Now, when it comes to publishing to Amazon's Kindle, you can do this even if you are not a writer. You can do this even if you have no technical skills. You can do this even if you are a complete newbie. You can do this even if you are an author or writer by heart. You can do this regardless of what country you live in, regardless of what state you live in. Alright? You can do this whether you want to publish fact or fiction. That's right. Amazon wants everyone in because they need your content, and they want you to make money because, as you've probably guessed, when you make money, they make money. Okay, so when you make money, Amazon makes money. They pay you up to 70% of royalties for every ebook they sell for you, so you get to keep the majority of the profits. Plus, it's free, fast, and easy to get started with. Speaking of getting started, if you're totally new to this, let me take a few moments to show you how quickly and easily Amazon has made it for you to get up and running. Now, if you're more advanced and already have an account, just give me a few minutes here, and I promise we'll get right back to some advanced tips that you can use to sell more of your ebooks. So if this is your first time doing this, the first thing you want to do is go to www.kdp.amazon.com. Okay, so here we are. We're at kdp.amazon.com. This is where you would come to create your account for the first time. You also come here to log into your account after you've created it. So you would be logging in to upload new content, new ebooks. You would log in to check your sales stats and things like that to see how much money you're making, how much royalties are due to you. Alright, so this is where it all takes place. Now, remember when I told you that Amazon wants pretty much everyone to sell ebooks and upload content? As long as you're going to put up some high quality, some cool stuff that their customers can appreciate, Amazon wants you, and they don't alienate anyone. Alright, so if you notice here, you'll see that they actually give you the opportunity to convert the text on this page into multiple languages. So we've got Dutch, French, Spanish, Italian. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Again, because they want to cater to everyone, right? They don't want to alienate anyone. They want to let as many people as possible into this program. Alright, you can do this no matter what country you're in on the planet. You can do this no matter what state in the US you're in. This is not their associate program. This is the KDP Select program. So the first thing that you would do the first time you're signing up is click this sign up button. Then you would enter your email address. Alright, so we'll come up with something pretty clever. And then you'll hit I am a new customer. Now, although it says I am a new customer, again, Amazon wants as many people as possible to be part of this program, so they don't charge you for creating an account. So we'll put Ray Johnson, right? Good old Ray. You'll put your password in here, and then you'll hit create account. So it's pretty straightforward so far, right? Now the first thing that you're going to see is the terms of service agreement. Now I want you to take some time and go over the terms of service agreement here. Make sure that you understand everything. And then hit agree. Now, one of the first things that you're going to see is your name here. Okay, again, the option to translate the site into any of the languages that you may want to. The first thing you want to do is click on your name here. Click on your name. Then you're going to complete the application. Well, it's not even an application. It's just a sign-up process, basically. Now, take a look at this. You may be outside of the United States and wondering if you can publish content to Amazon's Kindle platform. If you are, take a look at all of the different countries that Amazon allows you to be from. I mean, we've got the UK, we have Canada, we've got India, let's see, Australia, I mean, just literally the Dominican Republic, literally dozens and dozens of countries. You can literally be from any country on the planet almost and do this. Hong Kong, we have Jamaica, Japan, Iraq, so you've got Mexico, we have, well, they're listing Puerto Rico as a country, but you can be from Puerto Rico, although Puerto Rico is not a country, technically. You can be from Sweden, Switzerland, right? Sri Lanka, Spain. So yes, again, Amazon does allow you to participate in this program no matter where you are located on the face of the earth. So you'll put in your address here. Put in your city, your state, and your phone number. And then you come down here, you'll put in, now this name here that you're going to put in here, this should be the business or the individual name that you want your payments, your royalties, your checks to be made out to, okay? You can use the same name that you put up here if you wanted to, or you can put in your business name. So it might be Ray Johnson's, it might be Ray Johnson, or it might be Ray Johnson LLC, whatever it is. So it's perfectly okay for you to put your name in here. This is the individual or the company that your checks will be made out to. Alright? Then you'll choose your business type. If you're just an individual, if you don't have a company or a partnership or a corporation or anything, just choose individual. Alright? This is how I had my account set up. Then you'll go in, you can put in your EIN, your tax identification number, or your social security number. And yes, if you are in the UK or Canada or Australia, you can still do this. Okay? You can still do this. And then, take a look at this. This is pretty cool because this shows you all of the different Amazon sites that your ebooks will show up on. So not only will your ebooks show up on the Amazon.com, the US site, but it will also show up for the Indian version, the India version, alright, the UK version, the German version, the French version, the Spanish version, as well as the Italian site. Okay, and then you'll go here and you'll tell Amazon how you want to be paid. Whether it's by check, where you receive a physical check in the mail, or by what's known as electronic funds transfers. And this is where Amazon electronically will deposit your royalties into your bank account every single month. Alright, when I first started, I was receiving physical checks. Now I have my account set to the EFT option, so Amazon deposits money into my bank account every single month. Alright? And it's the first week of the month. So you'll go in and you'll expand on these for these as well and do the same thing, okay? And then you hit save, and it'll say account information is being saved. And it normally takes just a few seconds here. And that's it. It'll say your account information has been successfully saved. And you are now ready to publish your content. How easy was that? Simple stuff. Now, how easy was that? As you just saw, you can do this from almost any country on the planet and any state here in the US. Plus, Amazon makes the entire setup process easy because they need your content. Again, when you make money, they make money. And they want you to make as much money as possible. So now that you have an account, the next steps are to find a topic to publish. Get your ebook created and loaded into your account so you can start selling it. When it comes to successfully getting started, there are really just 3 basic steps that you need to take. And they are: step 1, choose a topic to create content for. Step 2, create your content, and there are a few ways that you can do this. All three are super easy, as I'll show you in just a few moments. And lastly, step 3, publish your content and then rinse and repeat to create multiple revenue generators. And as we go over this step, I'll also show you a couple of tricks that you can use to get a jump start on your sales. So let's start off with step number 1 by showing you the proper way to choose a topic to write content for. And then we'll come back and jump into steps 2 and 3, and I'll throw a few advanced tips in along the way. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Remember, all 3 of these steps can be used for both fact and fiction. You may just have to alter them a bit, but they work extremely well for both. So step 1, let's pick a topic to create your content around. Tip: initially, you may want to stay away from publishing seasonal content, and by that I mean ebooks that deal with subjects that are only in demand during a certain time of the year. 95% of the ebooks that I published are based around evergreen subject matter that people are interested in reading 24/7, 365. I find that popular and mass market evergreen topics are continuously being discovered by new people, almost always sell the best. To give you an idea of why this works so well, simply take a look at the top 100 best-selling Kindle ebooks on Amazon, and you'll quickly notice that fiction titles that deal with the subjects of romance, mystery, and fantasy, as well as non-fiction ebooks that deal with the subjects of wealth, health, fitness, and self-help, repeatedly show up over and over again in many titles in different forms. Now, you might think that these are highly competitive markets, but when you do it the right way, you can always beat out your competition on multiple fronts, or at least make a handsome income trying. I have successfully sold ebooks for Kindle for years now, and the checks prove that publishing these types of evergreen mass market topics is the way to go. I also like to publish ebooks for people that would be considered chronic impulsive buyers, and these people include hobbyists, raving sports fans, first-time parents, people who are passionate about reading certain genres like mystery, paranormal, fantasy, romance, self-help, personal development, sports, anything else. For instance, many years ago I used to collect vintage G.I. Joes from the early 60s and 70s, and as a collector, I had to buy every book that dealt with the subject of G.I. Joe and his European counterpart, Action Man, even those that just briefly mentioned a Joe collecting tip. If it was about G.I. Joes, I had to have it. So using the rationale that I just mentioned, let's dig into our mass market bag of genres and go with the topic of dieting and weight loss. Now, usually once I decide which topic I want to create my content for, I test the marketplace to see if there's a demand for it. For the sake of time, we're going to skip that step for now and imagine that we've done the research and found a starving market hungry for our ebook idea and are willing to pay for it. Now, once you have an idea of what topic you want to publish your ebook around, we move into the next step, and that is step number 2, which is to create your content. And there are a few ways that you can do this, and all 3 are super easy. Once you know what your topic will be, in my preferred order, there are 3 very simple ways to come up with your content. My students and I have used all 3 of these, and all of them are very easy to do, even if you are a newbie to all of this. The first option to getting your content created is to outsource it. In other words, get someone else to write it for you. I use this option a lot, and I've even developed a system that allows you to pay as little as $50 to have people write content for you. What's awesome about this method is you own 100% of the rights to the content and can resell and profit from it as long and as often as you want. There are some ebooks that I've paid as little as $50 for one time that I've made hundreds and even thousands of dollars with over time. So think about it. Even if you had the opportunity to pay a little more, let's say $100, for something that you could resell over and over and over and potentially make hundreds or even thousands of dollars or more from it over time, how often would you do it? As many times as possible, right? Because it would be like exchanging $100 bills for $1,000 bills. Now you're getting it. And when it comes to content that you outsource to have written for you, You can even put your own name on it as the author, or you can simply use a pen name. The second option for getting your content created is to write it yourself. This is not my favorite, but if you are a writer, this is the perfect option for you. There are some people, and you may be one of them, that can write a 30 to 40 page ebook in one day and make a killing publishing content for Amazon's Kindle by simply cranking out these little money machines over and over. I have a couple of friends that do very well with this. And last but not least, there's an option that works extremely well for writers and non-writers alike. And that's option number 3, using voice recognition software to dictate your books to a Microsoft Word document, which you can then format and upload to your Kindle publishing account. When I first got started, I didn't want to invest any money into publishing ebooks because I had no idea whether it would go well. And to be honest with you, probably like you, I was a bit skeptical at first. So I dictated my first couple of ebooks using the free voice recognition software that comes with Windows. If you are a PC owner, you may not even be aware that you have this free piece of software on your computer, but simply do a search for Windows speech recognition and you'll find it. If you are on a budget, this is the neat little way to get your ebook started, and once you have it up and running, you can then go back and touch it up before publishing, because Amazon allows you to alter your book many times if you need to. Now, to this day, I still use all 3 of these options, and they all work very well, but keep in mind that no matter which one you go for, it's important that the content you create is top-notch, high-quality, unique material that hooks your reader. Speaking of hooking, one of the best things that works for me right now, and to this day in and day out, is what I call the fishing technique. The fishing technique works like this. If someone is interested in your ebook, they may be given the option of using Amazon's Click to Look Inside feature, or even downloading the first couple of pages of your ebook to preview before buying the full version. So knowing this, one of the most important things you can do is ensure that the first few pages of your ebook are filled with amazing content that hooks and lures your reader into the point that they want more and want to keep reading past the sample that Amazon allowed them to preview. So the tip here is to ensure that the first few pages of your ebook hook your reader. And ideally, the rest of your ebook should be so good that it totally reels your reader in and has them wanting to buy more content from you. Failing to use the fishing technique in the right way can mean doom for your ebook, but massive profits if you use it the right way. Why? Because potential customers will download samples of your ebooks and delete them if they're not interested. As a matter of fact, I often find myself downloading multiple ebook samples to my Kindle in anticipation of buying them, only to be disappointed because the first couple of pages are lackluster. I have to be hooked, so make sure your ebook doesn't get warmed up after 20 pages, or you'll lose out on a lot of potential sales. That's very important. The first 5 pages need to be so good that they hook your reader enough to get him or her interested in buying your ebook. This is something that can be done with both fact and fiction titles. And again, remember, ideally everything you publish should be high quality and unique, as in never published anywhere else before. Stay away from anything or anyone that advises you to publish shabby material or PLR or public domain or articles and blog posts in hopes of getting rich quick. It won't last, and the last thing you want is to put the effort in, get something going that's actually making you a decent amount of money, only to have it snatched away because Amazon terminated your account for failing to follow the rules. So again, publish high quality, unique content, and you'll make money for a very, very long time. While we are on the subject of content creating, another tip that I like to share with you in the next video is a secret technique that I use to turn a $2.99 ebook into hundreds of dollars in revenue. Now we're short on time here, so I'll talk about this more in the next video and how I use it to turn this $2.99 ebook that hooks my reader into a money machine that has the potential to make me 100 times more money outside of Amazon in so many different ways. This is one of my favorite tricks, so be sure to keep an eye on your email inbox for that video. Now, step 3. Publish your content within your Amazon KDP account and then rinse and repeat to create multiple mini income streams with each ebook that you create. This is the cool part because it's interesting to know that some of my ebooks bring in varied amounts of money for me, from just under $100 a month up to a few $1,000s a month. Okay, so let's publish your ebook and pay attention because I'm going to share with you a few tips that work very well when it comes to boosting my sales, and I want you to write down your favorite tip because in just a few more minutes I'll show you how you can possibly use what you think is the best tip that I've given you in this video and win a chance to get a brand new $500 Kindle Fire. Alright, so now let's go over to kdp.amazon.com and log into our account. Okay, now so once we have our content created, we'll simply go back into our account and we'll go to the bookshelf area. We'll hit add new title, and then you'll come down to step 1. Now step 1 is where you add your ebook's title, and this is an area where you really want to put some thought into it because your title is like your first line of defense. As a matter of fact, most people make their book buying decisions based off of a title of an ebook more than anything else. So your title is what lures them in. So you want to be just very descriptive with your title, and just by taking a look at it, they should be able to instantly get an idea as to what your ebook is about, who it's for, what they'll learn, and what type of an outcome they'll receive. So here's our title, The 21-Day Diet, and then this is our subtitle, The Rapid Release Way to Lose Weight and Discover a New You. So, very descriptive title. It's pretty catchy, right? Now we'll come down here to the description area. Now, your description area is what I like to think of or call your sales letter area. Amazon actually gives you 4,000 characters to use in this particular area, and you want to use as many of those 4,000 characters as possible. Use this area to draw your reader in. Alright, because once they look at your title, and if they're interested, they're going to come down to your description. Your description is your third line of defense. It's your third line of defense. People pay attention to your title, then they come down to the description. Alright, so here you want to just give them an idea as to what your ebook is about, what they can expect to accomplish, what they can expect to get out of your ebook. If it's some type of a novel, let's say if it's a romance novel or a mystery novel, talk about some of the characters and how did you come up with the characters, what were your inspirations. Talk about the plot, talk about some of the trials and tribulations that your characters go through. If it's a how-to type of an ebook, just talk about some of the outcomes that your reader can expect to see and have once they've gone through your ebook. Talk about some of the action steps that you require that they take in order to see results. Okay, so use your description area to the best of your ability. Now, here's where you add your contributors. So you'll put your author name here, and again, it's totally okay for you to use a pen name. So you can use a pen name or you can use your actual real name. You'll add another author if you wanted to. Or you can add an illustrator, a narrator. So it's pretty cool. Here's where you'll select your language. Now, what's cool about Amazon is, again, they want massive amounts of content. So they give you the option of publishing your content in multiple languages. You can publish in Spanish, German, French. Alright, we'll select English for now. And all of the rest of this stuff is totally optional. So for the sake of time, I'm going to skip over this. Verifying your publishing rights. You should always select this is not a public domain work. And the reason why is, this is a business model that actually works very well, and it's a long-term business model. So you don't want to publish anything that's against Amazon's terms of service. And by that, I mean stuff like just anything that's been published already. I mean, public domain material has the potential of being something that's been published already. Private label rights material. Again, it could be something that someone has already published before you or that could come in and publish after you. So you want to avoid anything that is not, number one, 100% high quality content, and number two, 100% unique content. So stay away from anyone that's telling you to publish PLR material, that's telling you to publish public domain material, anyone that's telling you to publish articles and blog reports and things like that. You don't want to do that stuff. The last thing you want is to get your account up to the point where it's pulling in a couple of $100s a month, or at best a couple of $1,000s a month, and you do something to put your account in jeopardy. So everything you create should be 100% high quality, unique content. Now, here's where you'll target your book customers. You'll add your categories, okay? And if you go back, you look at our title here, it's a diet book, right? So it's geared towards people who want to lose weight. Now, Amazon allows you to go in and choose a main category, and you want to choose the most relevant category here. So for this example, it would be health and fitness, and then you go in and choose the most relevant subcategory. So let's take a look here. So weight loss would be one, right? Let's see if there's anything else that's highly relevant. And it could be something like exercise, right? Or, I mean, even if we wanted to go with like healthy living or something like that. Now, if you notice, when I click this here, you'll see a red pop-up that comes up. Amazon only allows you to choose two subcategories. So make sure that the choices that you're making are highly relevant to the content that's found within your ebook. Then we'll hit save. Now, here's another area where, again, you want to be highly relevant. So you want to go in and enter keywords that are just totally a perfect match for your ebook. All right? Again, we have weight loss, and we might put in health, weight loss, exercise. I'm a terrible speller. So see, if I can do this, guys, you can actually do it. You don't have to be a total genius to be able to do well with this system. Now, the next step that you're going to come up to is your ebook cover. And again, this is one of those lines of defense. Your title is your first line of defense. Okay, your ebook is your second line of defense, because people, when they're looking for an ebook to buy, they'll look at your title first, okay, and then they'll go over and look at your cover. Okay, and sometimes it's the other way around. Men and women, we both have different buying habits. So some men will actually look at the cover first and then the title, whereas women will, women are more of a title type of a group. So they'll go in, they'll look at the title first and then the cover. So you want to make sure that both of these things are very attractive, all right, and that you have a high quality cover. Now, if you notice, I have multiple covers here, and they all have the same title on them, and that's because I test my covers. Right? I test my covers because I found that cover A may give me 10 times more sales than cover B, or cover B may result in 5 times more sales than cover C. So you always want to test things like your titles, your covers, your descriptions. All of this stuff you should be testing. All right? And let's see, I'll choose, doesn't matter. And you always want to upload it in a JPEG or a TIFF file format. And then it says upload successful. You'll see your cover here, and you can close out. Then you'll go in, you'll upload your ebook file. Alright? So let's look for content. And I like to upload my content as a Word doc. Alright? So you'll go in, you'll upload it. It'll say converting book file to Kindle format, and then you'll just simply save and continue, and we'll move on to the next section here. Now in the next section we talk about price strategies, we talk about your listing strategies as far as where on the planet you want your ebook to be listed and sold. So some pretty cool things that I'm going to share with you on the next page here once this thing continues or finishes converting. It looks like it's having a, okay, there we go. Now you can go in and you can preview your ebook to make sure that it's formatted correctly. But for now, we're going to just go into the next section. Now, here's step 7 where Amazon actually allows us to select the territories where we would like our ebook to be sold. So naturally they have worldwide rights selected because Amazon is a moneymaker, right? They want you to make your ebook available for sale globally. So planet wide, right? You can choose to select individual territories if you wanted to. But I highly advise that you stick with Amazon's suggestions here. Next, you can choose your royalty. Okay. Now, if you actually price your ebooks between $2.99 and $9.99, Amazon will give you a 70% royalty. But if you choose to price your ebooks below $2.99 or above $9.99, they'll only give you a 35% royalty. And the reason why is they found that these price points between $2.99 and $9.99 are the sweet spot. These are the honey spots. Alright, these are the impulsive price points where people will go in and buy ebooks without really giving it much thought. Okay, now there's a few price points that I found that work really well. $2.99 is one that works extremely well because again, I mean, there's not much thought that has to go into an ebook when you see that $2.99, and you're within that 70% royalty rate option. So you'll receive a royalty of $2.09 for every single copy that you sell. And what's beautiful about this is you upload your ebook once, as we did on the previous page, and Amazon can sell multiple copies. They can sell one copy or they can sell 1 million copies from that one file that we uploaded on the previous page. And for every single copy they sell, you'll get a royalty of $2.09 if you price at $2.99. Now, I've also found that some of the higher price points, like $8.97, work extremely well as well. And it depends on the market. It depends on your content, and it depends on just a few things. But at $8.97, look at the royalty that you receive, $6.27. So at this price point, it's not hard to make a good amount of money. I mean, if you sell 500 copies of your ebook, right, then that generates you $3,000. If you sell 1,000 copies, it generates you over $6,000. Right? And then you'll go in, you'll check these boxes. You can check these boxes to keep the same price point on all of Amazon's international sites. So on their German site, their UK site, their French site, their Spanish site, as well as their Italian site, if you check these boxes, Amazon will just take the same price point that you want your ebook to be sold here and convert it into these currency equivalents. And they'll do the same for your royalty rate. Right? So these are the royalties that you'll earn in these different currencies when it's sold, your ebook is sold on all of these international sites. Alright? Now I found that when it comes to selling your ebooks on the international sites, the higher price points should be kept the same. And again, this is stuff that you want to test. This is what works for me. I've tested dozens and dozens of different price points, literally over 60 price points, okay, over the last couple of years. And I found that some of the higher price points, especially with the $8.97 ending like that, because it just stands out. It's just something that just totally is different from what people typically see on Amazon, so their eyeballs gravitate towards it. Now, if you lose it using the lower price point, like a $2.99, I found that having that $2.99 listed on your international sites works well as well. Okay, so you would want to manually go in and change these to $2.99. So I hope that makes sense. All right. And I don't want to spend too much time on this because I know that this video has given you just a ton of content that you probably want to go in and start implementing right away. Now once you're done there, you go in, you'll click this, and that just pretty much states that you agree to the KDP terms of service and terms and conditions. Alright, wow, there you go. Then you'll hit save and publish. It'll say initiating publishing, and then you'll see that actually I didn't fill out all of my account information earlier, but you'll see where it says it's been added to your bookshelf, and then if you go to your bookshelf, you'll see where you can actually see that your book is in review. Alright, so that was that. And guys, I mean, look at how quickly this was done. We're able to create a new revenue stream in just a matter of minutes. Alright, so you should be doing this. And each ebook that you upload becomes exactly that. It's a new revenue stream. So there you have it. 3 simple steps to making money publishing ebooks to Amazon's Kindle platform. You can probably tell that even after doing this for so long and doing so well at it, I'm still incredibly excited about the future of publishing to Amazon's Kindle. I think we're just scratching the surface with the reach and the amount of money that can be made here. And it's a business model that will last for years and years to come. So if you have yet to get started, when would now be the best time to get involved? I mean, think about it. According to the Association of American Publishers, ebooks now outsell physical books by a huge margin. And Amazon even admits that ebooks outsell physical books on their site 2 to 1. And it's only going to get bigger. Publishing your content to Kindle is an amazingly easy yet passive recurring revenue model that makes money for you while you sleep, vacation, take the kids to school, practice, spend time with the family, and everything in between. It's a way to make money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, all on autopilot. My ebooks are making money for me right now, even as I create this video. Almost anyone can do this and do well with it. In fact, Amazon's very own CEO, Jeff Bezos, recently stated that 27 of the top 100 Kindle books are self-published by regular folks just like you and I. And best of all, it's a simple way for you to self-publish content for multiple platforms such as the Kindle, the iPhone, iPad, Mac, Android devices, PCs, and more, and literally reach customers around the globe. Now, one of the things that I truly enjoy about publishing content to Amazon's Kindle the most is that you simply have to upload your ebook to Amazon's platform once and they take over from there. That's right, you do the work once and you have the potential to make money over and over and over again. So it's a complete recurring revenue stream. This is what I like to call passive income at its best. When you think about it, Amazon is literally giving you the opportunity to create a passive, recurring revenue stream that has the potential to make you money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And as you saw, this simple 3-step process can put you in front of millions of people who are all looking for content to load into their Kindle-enabled mobile devices. And again, those 3 steps are: Step 1, choose a topic to create content for. Step 2, create your content using one of the 3 methods that I gave you in this video. And lastly, Step 3, publish your content following the instructions and guidelines that I shared with you here. And then rinse and repeat to create multiple revenue streams. It's that simple. I do it, and so do thousands of others. So why not you? This is a reliable business model that is going to be around for years and years to come. And the amount of money that can be made from it increases on a daily basis as more and more people get turned on to readers and e-readers like Amazon's Kindle and ebooks. As a matter of fact, according to Forrester Research, the ebook market is projected to more than triple to $3 billion in sales by 2015. So this is the perfect time for you to get into this game full-fledged and make some incredible money doing so. Hopefully you found some value in this video to the point where you want to like, comment, and share it with others. And if we get enough positive comments and likes below, in a few days from now, I'll put together another video in which I'll show you how to turn a $2.99 ebook sale into a force that can potentially bring in hundreds of dollars or more per customer. I'll also show you the top 3 quickest ways to massively increase your profits. Plus, I'll share with you a few other ninja strategies that I've found to work best over the last 3 years. This is sneaky, sneaky stuff that works very well, and you don't want to miss it. So, if you got value out of the information that I shared with you in this video and would like to see the next installment, share and leave your positive comment in the comment box below. Oh, I almost forgot. Speaking of comments, I have something extra for you. As you saw in this video, my aim was to share with you the same 3-step formula that I use day in and day out to make a lot of money publishing ebooks to Amazon. And I even sprinkled in a couple of additional tips as well. Now, I want to possibly even give you more, a lot more, in the form of a brand new Kindle 32GB Fire HD. Take a look. This thing is fantastic and being touted as one of the best and most powerful new tablets on the market. Now, to get a chance at winning one of these, what I want you to do is think about all of the tips that I gave you in this video. And in the comment section below, I want you to tell me which tip you like the best. and type in a creative way as to how you are going to implement what you've just learned. And the comment that receives the most number of likes will determine the winner. So go ahead and leave your comment now and let me know, number 1, which tip you like the best. Number 2, in the comments box, tell me how you plan on putting that tip to use. Remember, success at anything is all about taking action, right? So go ahead and enter your comments below, and also take a look at what some of the other viewers are posting and like some of their creative suggestions. Who knows? You may find additional value in their comments as well. So there are 3 things that you should be willing to do right now. Number 1, post your comment. Let me know which tip you like the best and how you will creatively use it to make money publishing to Amazon. Number 2, look at some of the other comments and click like on those that you enjoy or think are clever. This is your way of voting for best comment. And number 3, be on the lookout for my next video, in which I'll give you even more cool tips that you can use to really start selling an incredible amount of ebooks on Kindle. Until the next video, stay focused, and I'll see you soon.